HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance.
Welcome to today's edition of HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy, here to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton. Hiller Sports had a very busy week. Here are the latest highlights.
Hiller baseball and softball started their playoff runs this week. The 15-seeded Hillers hosted 18-seeded Whitman-Hanson in the round of 32 on Sunday, June 1st.
Down for a base hit and roll under the fence for a ground rule double. So that'll put Pruitt at third base, Preston George at second base. And he has been very valuable for the Hillers, but he's going to give Tom Crowley the walk here, so it's now bases loaded. Breaking pitches mixed in as well, such as that one, as that is hit in the air right side and caught. And that was a long way for Rich to go. Runner from third is going to stay put. And what a play there by Travis Rich. Leg lift and the pitch. And this is a slow roller up the left side, picked up by the shortstop. Throw to first, and Sullivan had a stretch, but he corrals it in. Lang to Sullivan for the out, 6-3 for out number 3. And despite Whitman-Hanson loading the bases with no outs, the Hillers get out of it unharmed, and we are heading to the bottom of the first. Set to deliver, and this is going to be a bunt up the left side, and he is going to beat it out. Set to deliver. And he gets a piece of this one. Slow roller up the middle, picked up by the shortstop. Throw to first, and they get the out. Wind up and the pitch. And this is up the right side, right down the line. He picks it up, steps on first, and Michael Sullivan gets the 3 unassisted out. And the Hillers get out of another mini jam. Going to have a fresh pitcher out there, especially after several days off. And you know, maybe that's part of the logic, is you had that week off and you want to get everybody stretched out. As that was hit high in the air, but Ruff gets under it, makes the catch. And this is hit in the air towards center field and caught. A nice catch there by Dylan Ruff. Spitting a little rain out. And the sun is out, and a nice night for baseball. This is hit in the air. Pedroli, no problem, makes the catch. 1-2-3 they go. Set to deliver. And that one's in there for a strike. Runner from first takes off, and they got him. Frank Carreri caught stealing, and that'll wrap up the top of the 6th. 4 hitters due up: Pedroli, Sullivan, and Mahan. And Pedroli sends this one in the air towards the fence, and that's going to drop and go off the fence. Pedroli rounding second base, heading to third, and he slides in, and he has a triple. Nick Pedroli got under that one, powers it off the fence, and he's aboard with a leadoff triple in the bottom of the 6th. Set to deliver. Oh, that hit him. And that is foul. Or is that fair? They're going to call that fair, and a run scores. Or it got away. It might have went off the catcher. Yeah, so that, I believe that got away from the catcher and allowed that run to score. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, so that's the end of the inning. But the Hillers do play to run. Nick Pedroli, 7th pitcher of the game for the Hillers. Wind up and the pitch. Strike 3, 1 away. And this is up the middle and past the dive of the shortstop. Into center field it goes. Swing and a miss. Check it at first. And he slides back just safe. 2 outs in the inning, but top of the order. Windup and the pitch. A swing and a miss, and the Hillers take the 1-0 win.
7 different Hiller pitchers hold Whitman Hansen scoreless and help Hopkinton earn the 1-0 win over Whitman Hansen as they move on to the round of 16, where they will take on Reading. The Hillers are now 15-7 overall. On Monday, June 2nd, the second-seeded Hiller softball team hosted 31st-seeded Shepherd Hill. Shepherd Hill had a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the third.
Windup and the pitch. And she drives this one in the air to center field. That's going to land. Here she goes to second base, and she is aboard with a stand-up double. What a piece of hitting there by Callie. And this is ripped up the middle. That's going to get through. Here comes Callie around to score. Throw home, not in time. She slides in. Actually, the pitcher didn't even throw. She hung onto the ball. We are knotted out 1 apiece. An RBI single for Addie Walls. She's done very well with the bat. And she puts this one in the air towards left center, towards the fence. It's off the fence. Here comes a run to score, and she's aboard with an RBI double. Hillers take the lead. And this is a slow roller picked up at third base, and it's an overthrow. Everybody's going to be safe. Lead runner is going to advance. Callie's going to come all the way home. Here she goes, and she has the third Hiller run of the day. And Zoe Adams slides in safely to third base. And this is ripped up the middle. That'll get through. Here comes another run. An RBI single for Callie Arthur. And this is hit in the air. That'll drop into right field. 1 run is in. Here comes another run. And it's 2 more runs for the Hillers. And Zoe Levine's still running. She advanced to second on the throw, and she'll stay there. What a piece of hitting that was. And she rips into this one, right side, and that is bye-bye. A 2-run homer for Holly Paharic. Paharic tore the top of the ball off with that hit. And this is ripped into center field. That'll get down. Here comes another run. An RBI single for Ashley Callery. 3-1 the count. And this is ripped into left field. That'll get down for a hit. Rolls all the way to the fence, and she is going to head to second. A stand-up double for Ashley Callery. And this is hit in the air. That'll drop into center field. Here comes another Hiller run. She'll slide home, and the Hillers lead it by 11. An RBI single for Callie Arthur.
The Hiller bats got rolling, and they take the 13-4 win. Hillers move on to the round of 16 to host 15-seeded Marblehead. In the win over Shepherd Hill, Addie Walls pitched all 7 innings and struck out 13 hitters. Zoe Levine went 4 for 4 at the plate, scored a run, and had 4 RBIs. And Callie Arthur also went 4 for 4 at the plate and had 3 runs and 2 RBIs.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
On Friday, May 23rd, due to rainy weather, the annual Metro West Daily News Richard Pedroli tournament was moved to Hopkinton High School, and HCAM had live coverage of all 4 games. To start the tournament, Lincoln Sudbury and Franklin battled through the pouring rain. It was a scoreless game heading into the bottom of the second.
And a walk there, and that'll drive in a run. To get these games in. And this is going to be up the left side, trickles into left field, and a run is in for the Franklin Panthers. Zach Weiner with an RBI single. That drives in Drew McAlpine.
Franklin plates 3 runs, and that would prove to be enough to advance the Panthers to the championship game versus the winner of the Natick-Hopkinton nightcap as they took the win 8-2. Franklin's Cole Sidwell went 3 for 3 at the plate and scored a pair of runs in the Panthers' win. In the nightcap, it was Hopkinton versus Natick, and the Hillers had a 5-run lead heading into the top of the 7th.
And this is going to be up the middle, and everybody's going to be safe. A run scores for Natick. And this is hit in the air. That is going to drop into right field. 1 run is in. Here's another. And a 2 RBI double for Cam Gabriel. And this is up the left side. Love by the third baseman. Throw to first, pulls the first baseman off the bag. Another run in for Natick, and everybody's safe. All comes down to this pitch right here. Perhaps. And a run scores, and we're tied. And Hayward sends this one into left field. That's a base hit. And man, is he hitting the ball well tonight. And this is driven in the air to right field, and that's going to get down for a hit. And heading over to third is Hayward. He's going to come around, and he'll score the game-winning run. Nick Pedroli with the walk-off RBI hit. And the Hillers, once upon a time, were up 8-3, blew the 5-run lead, but win it in the bottom of the 7th, 9-8. And they are going to the Pedroli Tournament Championship. Absolutely unreal. Another walk-off for the Hillers. Nick Pedroli, the hero of the night, with the deep hit into right field to drive in James Hayward. And the Hillers take it 9-8.
The Hillers take the walk-off win as Nick Pedroli drives in James Hayward with the game-winning hit to set up a date in the Pedroli Tournament Championship game versus Franklin that Saturday. The third game of the tournament was the consolation game between Lincoln Sudbury and Natick. Wally Henneberry was on the call. Natick led 7-1 heading into the top of the 7th inning.
If a play at the plate is what's going to happen, no. And that clears the bases. Second base from the shortstop to the second baseman. A nice throw to first. Just not in time to beat the runner. And we got the runner, hit and run play going. The runner's safe at second. Shortstop gets the runner at first. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Gallagher ready. Pitch coming. Ground ball to short. Looking to turn 2. Gets 1 at second. The throw to first. Gets away from the first baseman. And we're going to get 2 runs in on the error. Sudbury trying to make things interesting. We've got the score up to 8-3. 2 runners on with 1 out, or 2 outs, sorry. There's a little looper into right field. And they're going to send the runner home. The throw's going to go to the plate. The runner's safe, and all the runners are going to advance. Hit. And we saw what he could do with it earlier in the game. There's a pitch right down the middle. Dribbler right up the middle there. It's going to get picked up by the second baseman, who's going to throw to second, and the runner is going to be safe. Everyone is safe. And there's going to be another run for Lincoln Sudbury, and that's going to make it 8-5. back to the mound. As three made his way to the plate to cover a possible play. And Clarkin gets ready for the pitch. Here it comes. And there's a swing right back to the mound. And he throws it out to first to end the game. And that will do it. A 1.
Natick hangs on and takes the consolation game win by a final of 8-5. After that, it was championship time. The Hopkinton Hillers versus the Franklin Panthers. Heading into the top of the second, the Hillers were down by 2.
Out there, I can't say I've seen too much baseball in the pouring rain we had yesterday.
Dylan Ruff at the plate, top of the order, and he drills this one. That's going to land in right center. And here comes Zach Stacy around to score, and that's an RBI double for Dylan Ruff. A nice knock right into the gap in right center. Pedroli singled already in this game, last inning. Wind starting to blow as well. And he gets a piece of this one right side. And that is going to leave the ballpark. See you later. A 2-run blast. Nick Pedroli goes yard. Nick Pedroli just on an absolute tear. Absolutely crushes it past the right field fence for a 2-run homer. And the Hillers have taken the lead.
The game was tied at 4 apiece, heading into the 7th inning and final inning of regulation.
And this is hit in the air towards center field, and that's dropped for a base hit. Hayward around second. He's heading to third, and he's going to head home. The throw in is cut off, and the Hillers take the lead. Dylan Ruff with an RBI double. And he gets a piece of this towards the fence, and that's going to drop in left center. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in, 3 runs are in. A 3 RBI double for Michael Sullivan. And that is just what the Hillers wanted. Dylan Ruff in to score, Nick Pedroli in to score, Mitch Simulus in to score. And the Hillers add some very good insurance. They lead it 8-4. A little more here because why not? And the walk is drawn. Bases loaded for Franklin. And this is hit up the middle. Glove by the shortstop. Throw to second, gets away. And everybody's going to be safe. A run in to score. 2 with a walk. 1-0 count. He hits this one in the air. And that is going to drop into right center. 1 run is in. Second runner being waved around. And the throw home. And he's safe. They score all 3 runs. And just like that, this game is tied. Nick Pedroli has other ideas. Hit in the air towards center field, and it is caught by James Hayward, and we are heading to extra innings. Swing and a miss, and the Hillers get out of it. We are heading to the top of the 9th. But a huge thank you to Wally John Anthony. Says this is hit in the air towards the fence, and that is over the fence, but did it land in the field of play? Yes, it did. So it bounces over, and that is a ground ruled double for Mitch Simulus. And this is up the left side, picked up by the third baseman. Throw to first, they get the out. 5-3, 4 out, number 3. we are heading to the bottom of the ninth. And this is up the middle, and the throw home, and he got him. And this is hit in the air to center field and caught. Well, I'm surprised he swung on a 3-0 count, but he did, and that's the third out, and we'll head to the bottom of the 10th on HCAM. Certainly has come up big for the Hillers in this tournament, regardless of what happens in this game. You come up big for this Hiller team all season long. Wind up and the pitch, and this is up the middle, gloved by the second baseman, throw to first. 4-3, 4 out number 3. The skies open up, and we are heading to the 11th inning with the game tied at 8 apiece on HCAM. And there's a bunt up the third base side, throw over, and he's going to be called safe. Lead runner heading to third. Runners on the corners for the Hillers. A great bunt by Ruff. And did that hit him? Oh no, he struck out. Grabs the inner corner, a nasty pitch there. A lot of movement. 1 out. That pitch there, full count. Walk would give the Hillers a go-ahead run. And the walk is drawn and a run scores. James Hayward around to score. After all that, maybe it will be James Hayward who ends up scoring the winning run. We shall see. But the Hillers have claimed the lead. And we'll get a courtesy runner in the game for Calvin Mahan. And a swing and a miss. And that'll be the inning. All right, well, the Hillers do have the lead. It's 9-8 as we head to the bottom of the 11th on 8. And the first pitch is going to be hit in the air and caught by Pedroli. 1 away. And this is chipped up the middle, picked up by the shortstop. Down to first. They get the out. A nice play there, 6-3, 4 out number 2. Well, the Hillers weren't able to close it out in the 7th. Can they in the 11th? Wind up and the pitch. And this is up the middle, picked up by the second baseman. Draw to first, they get the out, and that's your ball game. The Hillers going to hang on for the 9-8 11-inning win. And the Pedroli championship title game.
The Hillers cling on to their 1-run lead in the 11th inning, and after blowing a 4-run lead in the 7th, they took the championship game after all, defeating Franklin 9-8. Nick Pedroli came through huge on the mound and with the bat in the win. He went 2 for 4 at the plate with a pair of runs, a pair of RBIs, and a pair of walks. In his 6 plate appearances, Nick Pedroli was also the hero on the mound, pitching 3 1/3 scoreless innings, striking out 4 while walking just 1 hitter. And in an ironic moment, Nick Pedroli was also named the Pedroli Tournament MVP.
Nick, that was, I don't know if that was the longest game you've been in, but it seemed like it was. Just tell me what it was like to throw all those innings there when it was close, tied, extra innings, all that.
Yeah, I mean, my arm wasn't feeling good. I mean, I was throwing on all adrenaline. I mean, it felt like we played through every season. Rain, sun, it was like freezing and then warm. We just kept battling and fought through adversity to win the game.
What was it like to finally get that last out?
So relieving. I was so excited. I've been waiting. I mean, I was waiting the whole time because we were up by 4 or 5 in the last inning and then let it go. But, I'm just happy we won.
And I got to ask, you were not related to the Pedroli family,
Not
right?
related.
but how does it feel to get the MVP?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels better knowing that same name as me. It's really exciting, and I've been looking forward to this tournament all season.
The Hopkinton Hillers boys tennis team finished the regular season with a perfect 18-0 record and clinched the 2 seed in the Division II state tournament. The Hillers battled 32nd seed Whitman Hanson in the round of 32 and took the win via a 5-0 sweep to improve to 19-0 and advance to the round of 16. We caught up with the captains after their playoff win.
You had your first round of 32 playoff match today. How'd it go out there?
It went great. I mean, they weren't the strongest team, but it's okay because, we always just play our best tennis. And we were able to finish fairly quickly, which was nice. The weather held up too, which is also a big plus. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to build good habits early on in the tournament, and we kind of identified some of the mistakes we made, so we'll hit the courts again tomorrow to fix them before the next round.
Yeah, to reiterate what Risha was saying, we are spotting some of the mistakes, and we're just going to work on them to make sure we're ready for the next tougher matches that we'll have later down the tournament.
All right, so you guys have had an incredible season, undefeated, TVO Large champions. I mean, how does that all feel? That must feel great.
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, it's the first time that a boys tennis team has done it at Hopkinton, so we're quite proud of that. And we're just hoping to carry that momentum forward and maybe take the tournament.
I think it's definitely brought us super close as a team. Being undefeated is I think crazy, especially we play some Division I teams that are really, really strong. I don't know. I think it's really just given us fire. It's given us energy, and we're taking that and we're going to use it towards the rest of this tournament.
Yeah, it's obviously something we strive for, hitting the courts every day at practice, but over the past few years, we've lost certain games in the regular season, but to come out this year and perform at that level, I think it's really exceeding our expectations. So just carrying that momentum forward.
Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News, but don't worry, next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., we'll be back. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.